How the heck are you, everybody? I'm Fastidious, and welcome to my channel. And welcome to my first video in nearly a year and a half. This is my first video since March 8th of 2022, so it's been quite a while. For those of you that do not know me, for a little over a year, I was making content specifically in Raid Shadow Legends with a focus on free-to-play. So trying to make the game as accessible as possible for everybody. And my main piece of content I put out was a daily free-to-play series, which kind of charted my progression and the evolution of my account. And most importantly, was made to kind of help other players with tips and tricks and ways, whether they're free to play or not, that they could, be as efficient as possible, min-max, and have a good time succeeding in playing the game. But if you look at the screen, which I think you are doing because you're watching the video, this is not Raid Shadow Legends. This is not that specific gacha. This is a new one. It came out a couple weeks ago called Watcher of Realms, and I'm loving this game right now, and from what I'm seeing online, I think a lot of you are as well. We'll do a very, very, very quick look-see. Some of you might already be familiar with the game, but just looking at the characters, it's very similar in style to a game like Raid Shadow Legends, as opposed to some of the more anime graphic-based games out there. A little more fantasy, but hyper-realistic, and in some cases more gruesome graphics. I know for me, I'm a little more drawn to this. It's really cool. But there's two things that really motivated me to get back into content creation, specifically with this game, that I want to highlight. So maybe two ways that it differs from Raid or some of the other games you might have played. So first off, it's actually not a turn-based RPG. It's more of a tower defense kind of game, which I'm not so familiar with, but I've been really enjoying. I did play Arknights for, I guess I'm kind of familiar with it. I played Arknights for like almost a year, but that was very much like my side game at the time. But what I like about this game a lot is it does still have the elements of other gachas that I know I like, and maybe some of you guys like as well. Games like Awakened Chaos era, games like, games like Eternal Evolution, where you can really, develop your players or your characters, through gear, through things like promotion, or this would be like ascending in other games. You can equip specific artifacts, you can awaken with duplicate copies. So it has a lot of these elements that I'm used to that I really like, but then this kind of fresh new gameplay style, which is the tower defense, which I didn't know if I'd like, but I really, really am enjoying. And then something that this game has in terms of tower defense that a game like Arknights did not have, or at least when I was playing it, it didn't have. I don't know what it's like now. They have Arena, which is really cool. But that is, oh look, I got some rewards. That's a story for another day. The second thing that I want to highlight is, if anyone wants to go back to 2021, it would be when I started my Raid free-to-play series. I said a big motivation I had was trying to make a not free-to-play friendly game free-to-play. So give as many tips, tricks, give as much advice as possible to make kind of a pay-to-win game free-to-play accessible. What's really cool about this game is it's already quite free-to-play accessible. To be fair, I've only been playing for 1 week. You guys might be wondering what account is on your screen right now. This is the account I've been playing the past week. You can see today was day 7. I got a character today, a hero named Ain. But in 1 second, we're gonna hop into me making a brand new account. That will be the Fastidious free-to-play account for this series. But with my account I have right now, I'm 100% free-to-play, as I am in nearly all the gaming I do now. And I've really been enjoying it. So right before we jump in, I think everyone likes summons. We have a 2x right now, which is part of the reason why I wanted to start the series this weekend, because we have a 2x on Legendary Champions. So I figure let's do a 10 pull, and then I'll cut right into probably a sped up version of me creating the account, and then I'll give flesh out the idea of the series a bit more. I'll dub over it, include me in the corner like you're seeing now, but it will be not live recorded. Anyway, let's just do a 10 pull. I've actually had 4 straight 10 pulls with all rares. Make it 5. That's something I really do not like about this game. I wish there was like an epic pity system or something, because that's crazy. And I think I had a couple pulls before those 5 10 pulls that were all rares too, rares, and I guess I don't know what you call the green ones, but over 50 pulls without an epic. I'm free to play. I'm not greedy. I don't need legendaries, but yeah. And right before we move on, I want to highlight that actually something that's strange, and I hope they change in the future, is you see here it says chance up ×2, but it's only on legendary heroes. legendary heroes are doubled, so not on epics. So I hope in the future they either do legendaries and epics, or also maybe some event that's just epics, or like 3x on epics or something like that. Maybe that's being greedy. Anyway, without further ado, you'll see a slightly in the future version of me than now, and you can watch us start up the new account.
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
So guys, I just finished the tutorial. We finished chapter 1. It took me about 16-17 minutes, I think. I'll have included a stopwatch that matches with the sped up version you're watching behind me right now. I know Bucket, who's probably my favorite creator for this game right now. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description of this video. He said it took him 14 minutes, but he's also been playing the game for months and months now. He was on the Forerunner server and things like this. Maybe I'm not as efficient, and also I wasn't giving it 100% attention. There were definitely moments where I was like, oh, I forgot to click the 1x to be 2x. Anyway, I wanted to take this moment while you see the setup of the game run in the background to talk about, my vision for the way this series is gonna go, the overarching points I think we need to focus on so that we're successful. Outline a vision and give you guys a couple pieces of advice or words of wisdom or whatever. So I actually spoke to the same 3 things in my first video ever on this channel with Raid, but it really applies to most gachas. And there's 3 main tenets I want to highlight, which is efficiency, patience, and letting the game come to you. So I'll be very quick right now, and I will apply it specifically to Watcher of Realms. But number 1 is going to be efficiency. So with gacha, that's min-maxing, right? It's getting the most out of using the least. Whether you're free to play or not, this is how you're going to be as successful as possible, because these games really are just resource management games, right? And I think that's what I like, and I think a lot of people like a lot about it. And if you want to do it to the best of your ability, you got to be really efficient. So a great example of this in a lot of these games, and specifically Watcher of Realms, is going to be energy, right? Energy is the gold. I mean, gold is a bad example because we have gold in this game, but that's like that's the spice of life in these games, right? This is the one resource we know we're going to get. We get a certain amount of energy based on time. It auto regenerates. That sounds a little bit redundant, but it's like maybe the one reliable thing we know 100% in this game we're going to get for free. As long as we're under the energy cap, they will automatically generate energy for us, and then that's what we can use to go enter this raid or do this part of campaign or so on and so on. So getting under the cap and then managing it effectively is so important, and this idea of efficiency is just the through line through everything and being successful in these games. Next, I'm going to say patience. So what I mean by patience here is, and this really applies to the free-to-play lifestyle, the gaming style of being a free-to-play player, is you kind of can't just do things willy-nilly. You might get some nice gold shard or a great summon, and you really want to use it, but you really got to wait for that opportune moment. So is it a 2x event? Is it a 10x on a character you really want? And there's also an event going on or a tournament, so you get extra rewards, things like this. This is what you need to consider. It applies for everything, right? Maybe you want to do a promotion raid, but it's not a promotion raid tournament or something like this. Do you really need to do that, or can you wait, be patient, and then kind of double down? You know, the whole idea of 2 birds, 1 stone, 3 birds, 1 stone, so on and so on. I will do one quick aside. With this game specifically, unlike a game like Raid, where you can kind of just zero in on one campaign farm or something like this, someone to just mow everyone down, nuke through the waves, and that can be the real focus to start your account, you are going to need characters from different classes. So with the beginning of a game like this, you can summon. I will say that, and you will see, especially in the next episode, we will be summoning, because we don't really have a choice, because you have to start filling out that roster, and that's the only real way you can get characters in this game. They do give some of you them for free, but yeah, we're gonna need some epic characters. We're gonna need a few from different classes to really fill out that roster and be as efficient as possible, pushing through the campaign and then unlocking content and getting better and better. Finally, I will say, let the game come to you. So at the beginning, you don't want to rush to farm content that is outside of an advantageous situation for you. So what do I mean by that? You might say, oh, all my characters don't have gear. Okay, I go in gear raid 1, I go in gear raid 3, I'm gonna get everybody gear, and I'm gonna put a lot of energy into that and farm. But the whole time you're on stage 5 or stage 6, all that gear is gonna be wasted. You will sell it, or it will sit in your inventory completely unused within not just weeks or something, days or even hours. So it's really important to wait till you hit the certain thresholds to really go all in and and go for specific things like gear or promotion or this. You want to be doing the bare minimum to keep progressing. So when the time comes, you're going to get the maximum, right? That's the whole thing. So if you're over farming, it might help you a little bit right there, but then that's all energy that could have been saved up and effectively used in the right moment. I will also say it ties perfectly into patience. And then similarly again, like let decisions be made by what the game is giving you. So let's say right now we have an event where specifically you need to farm Gear Raid 1. That's the time to farm Gear Raid 1. You got to complete the event, right? Assuming you want to complete that specific event. Don't be spending your time farming Gear Raid 2 then. Wait till the Gear Raid 2 event or something like that. Don't need to get into minutia here, but this is just what you really need to think through. This is going to be kind of the end already of this kind of introduction video. Please you guys let me know what you think, if you're excited about the game, if you know me from Raid, if you don't before, if you liked this video, hated it. I was pretty happy with how my Raid free-to-play series went, but of course everything can always be much better, and I think you guys can probably tell I'm really excited about this game. So I'm basically gonna, once I finish the video, be grinding nonstop. I'm gonna do absolutely everything I can to, progress through the storyline of the hero's path, finish as much of the normal campaign, because finishing chunks of normal campaign is gonna unlock more and more content. We'll be able to join a guild, we'll be able to do higher levels of experience raid or skill raid, whatever they call that, where you get your EXP, things like this. So I'm really gonna it's gonna be hours. I'll have an exact number for you guys tomorrow, but I'm just gonna keep my head down and do it. And finally, I wanna say we're gonna have lots of summons, because you get a lot of gems and stuff at the beginning. Gems or rubies, I'm not exactly sure what they're called in this game. And you get a lot of summons as you complete the campaign and little things like this and your storyline quests. And I not accidentally lined up the start of this series. It's Saturday right now. It's the first day of a 2-day 2x on Legendary Champions. So without further ado, very quick disclaimer, guys. I kind of started this whole series around the idea of that it was starting on the 2x for Legendary Champions. But as a new player, I guess for the first few days, you don't get the same events, and that includes summoning events. So that was not up. There's the normal 10x they have for the heroes, and then you get the special new player one where you get 2x on gold shards, which we have none of. Maybe we'll get one, or not two. Maybe we'll get one in time. But yeah, there is no 2x on this account. But if you've been playing for a while, you should log on because you will have the 2x. Here we go. I'm level 4. You guys can see I just finished that first chapter. I can actually go into campaign right now and show you. So yeah, chapter 2-1, normal 2-1. But they're beeping summons because they want us to do a summon. I was waiting for y'all. Valkyrie's telling us to be lucky. We got one free summon. Hopefully it's epic or artifact. No, that's blue. Oh, this is a planned summon. I should have known that. That's all on me. So this is now we've introduced a Piercer. So before we got Liam, now we have Maureen. There's 5 main heroes. We will go over this in the next episode that they start you out with. Is there more tutorial? This isn't great. Whoopsie daisy. That was actually a planned scripted summons where we get Maureen to replace our green marksman. Now we have a rare marksman to go into the team. I have more tutorial to go, so I'm gonna have that running quickly in the background. I'll also have a timer going, and then we will have completed. We're gonna put in all the codes, which I'll have put on the screen right now. All the little referral codes and redemption codes so we can get a couple extra free summons. And then finally, we can conclude the video and hopefully we pull something nice from those summons. Alrighty, that's nice. It was literally just stage 2-1 in the normal campaign that I had left to do before I was not locked into the tutorial anymore. So I just redeemed, there's 10 codes. I'll flash them back up on the screen again. I just did 9 of them, so you didn't have to watch me do all of them, but I thought I'd do the 10th one with you guys. It's the newest one. It's WORAppex. I'll type it in now. I just wanted to show you guys how to access this screen if you didn't know how. So you click on your avatar in the top left corner, then you click settings, then you have this key here. It says redeem code, and it was WORAppex, or WORAppex maybe, I don't know. But that's it, item redeemed. So then to finally collect all your goodies, we can take a peek right now. We have 1 summon and we have 315 gems. So let's go into mail and then let's see how much we get. So this is where you get them all. So I can just press claim all. Oh, and they also added up for me. So 530 diamonds and 8 crystals. and then some other goodies with the stamina, the gold, the experience potion, the skill dust. Great, you know? I mean, while I'm here, I'll just tell you, well, first off, the stamina, the more energy, that's going to be even more time I have to play. I'm really curious how many hours it's going to take me to get it. I'll stay up all night. I'm going to get under the energy cap today. It took me 2 days on my other account. We'll see. But also the rare skill dust, worth mentioning. I'm sure I'll make a separate video on this at some point. There's only so many rare characters you're going to want to build. And you get a lot of rare skill dust. So don't be afraid to use it the same way you might be hesitant to use your skill dust and your skill crystals. That's a tongue twister. Skill crystals for epic and legendary heroes. So this I'm sure I'll put like right into Voltus, who's our starter AoE mage. Anyway, enough of me talking. Delete red, and then the best part of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully we get something good. I will say there's going to be one scripted summons for sure. I know we always get a hunter. Let me quickly show you guys that. Not a hunter. What's it called? A marksman is what it's called in this game. Hunter is what it's called in Eternal Evolution. My gallery's locked, but it's definitely Brienne, Theowyn, the girl with the crazy hat hair that goes like this, and then Tariel, I want to say. I'm sure in a week I'll have like every name in the game memorized, but right now, you know, so when I started the raid series, I had been playing for a very long time, you know? I had already played for like 1.5 years before then. It's gonna take me a while to learn all the little things. Anyway, we don't have enough for a 10 pull, but who cares? Let's do them one by one, it's so few. It's a blue or a green. Oh, purple, okay, I'm not good at guessing. That's great. Oh, and this is gonna be the scripted one. They get me every time, baby. Well, there's Brienne. Brienne's maybe the best of the bunch. I think the girl with the hat, the one whose name I don't know, she's the worst from my understanding. Theowyn's really nice with the slow. Brienne hits quite hard, and then the other girl, Tariel, maybe is even the best of all of them. I actually don't have her on my other account. So guys, never miss out on these gems. Gems are great, or rubies. You click share, and then you just press there, and then they'll let you collect it, even though I didn't share, right? Beautiful. Anyway, you can skip this. There we go. So we'll definitely be building her for sure. Like, I'm sure she'll be a 5-star. She's a 5-star on my other account. Even though she wasn't my starter summons, mine was Theowyn. I did pull her. Quite fortunate to that. So there is a green. And guys, I didn't know this until I'd already used a bunch of rare champions as fodder. I'll show you this once we finish these original summons until we get into the gem summons. But you can sell all your champions for gold, the low tier ones, but starting at rare, you can sell them for gems, and then you use gems for summons or energy or something like that. So do not use your rare champions as fodder. Save any you might want to use, any that are commanders, or lords, excuse me. So we've had bad luck twice in a row, 2 greens. But even if we pull a rare champion, it's not the end of the world because we can always sell it for some gems, and eventually, I think it's 30 a piece. See, there's a rare. Looks like she's a defender. So when they have the shield icon, they're a defender champion. Let's keep going. Another blue or green. Okay, Drogo, I think he's in one of the fusions. I also think we get him for free at some point, I'm not sure. But another 3-star, that's great. So that's 30 gems. Let's keep it moving. I'm not gonna just mass sell them all off right now, but I will sell off to get us to 880. Another 2-star, because once we have 880, oh, we actually passed 880, great, from the sharing, because then you can do a 10 pull for 880. So we can get one 10 pull in this video. Hopefully we get one good summon for you guys. Another blue or green. Okay, so there's a dupe Camille. So Camille is in the fusion, for Lightlock, who's a really good healer, who I'm sure will do that fusion at some point. I had to do it on my other account because it took me forever to summon a healer. But Camille kind of holds her own, especially at the beginning of the game. So you can keep one copy, use one copy as a thing. This is great. I'll take a Voltus because we can use that to awaken. He'll be our main damage dealer, him and Brienne, unless we get some great pulls early on, at least for these first couple hours. And there's a purple, amazing. Please. Wow, there's Lightlock. Okay, so we don't have to rush to fuse him. We could always fuse him to get Ascension copies, but that's really great. It took me at least 150 or 200 pulls on my 1-week-old account to pull a healer, and I've only done one, which is Midden, who I'll talk about in another video. She's really good, but wow, Lightlock, I'm super happy with that. Do we get a thing if we share it? Let me 1 second. It doesn't look like we can get gems for sharing him, but we will take that. That's an epic. We have 895, just enough to get 10 summons. So we'll have done 19 summons. Pretty good. Give us, there's a purple, baby. Come on. Maybe 2 purples? That'd be so nice. 2 epics. All right, we start off. Oh, so this is the other, oh no, excuse me. The other marksman does have a hat like this, but no, this is looks like a healer. Amazing. So this is this healer support unit symbol. That's fantastic. We'll definitely take that. Skulf is actually a very good rare. And then we got Borit, who's a commander. And we got Nero, who's a commander. So two good things to note there with the commanders. Lords, excuse me. Lords will give team bonuses, and only several characters in the game have the Lord bonuses. I don't know how many it is, but there's no way it's more than 20, if not less, I think. So even the rare Lords are quite good. But we'll take, it took me forever to get a healer, and then we got two. So that's going to be really nice for our account. And then we got some dupes. So I'm actually not going to sell any rares right now, but I will quickly show you, and then we will conclude the video. But basically, you go here, guys, you click on a champion. I guess I haven't unlocked it yet, but there'll be a thing here that looks like a money bag or something. And you can click that, and then you can collect your 3 stars, and you'll see instead of gold, they will be gems. I'm rambling now. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I hope you're excited for the series. I think you can probably tell that I am. And if you have any comments, I want to make this as good as possible, and I listen to everybody. You're welcome to join my Discord, or yeah, hit me up in the comments here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one with hopefully just a boatload of progress. Bye.
Fastidious.